everybody tripping. I hit the button, now everybody missing. King the great, boy, I stay up in my own zone. You see the drum, I be marching to my own song. And that's a fact, homie.
To LeBron James tweeting about Vikings radio analyst Paul Allen. It's one of my favorite things. Football is everywhere, and so is Dolphins talk. Let's get in for another round of we in or we out, because I can't go 2 steps in New York City without someone stopping me and telling me I'm wrong about Tua.
Really?
Or that I was wrong about Tua back in August. So here's how this works. I will tee up a statement, and you guys are going to tell me if you agree or you disagree. Let's start with our guy, number 1 in Miami. The Tua fans are coming out in mass this week, and everyone is now putting him in the MVP conversation. Here's what I'm going to say. Tua Tagovailoa has been the player who has exceeded the most expectations this season. Forget the MVP. We're going to wait for that. But he has exceeded the most expectations this season. Are we in or are we out? Tua, above and beyond what even the biggest Tua supporters expected. Jason.
I'm a huge Tua supporter, and yes, put him in that MVP talk right now. But I have to go out on this one because of how well Geno Smith has played with the Seattle Seahawks.
I like that.
This was a guy that no one was expecting anything of. We were talking about in the preseason, Seattle's going into rebuild mode. It's Geno Smith versus Drew Lock. Doesn't matter which one of these guys get to start. Seattle's not going to be able to do anything. Enter Geno Smith into the chat. You guys wrote him off. He didn't write back, and he's been out there balling. All the passer rating stats, all the completion percentage. You can get into all of that. Doesn't matter. He's out there, and he's winning games. I don't care about the stats. He has his team first in the division, and Geno Smith has been a pleasant surprise for every football fan this year.
Good answer.
That's a great answer.
In the top Geno, Jamie.
Well, I'm going to try. To me, expectation goes hand in hand with the amount of criticism somebody receives, and that just means that people obviously think that this person could be playing better. I'm going to see you one Alabama quarterback, and I'm going to show you a Jalen Hurts, because I think Jalen Hurts is exceeding expectation. I looked up this article from 5 years ago on a blog that is popular in college football, Saturday Down South, and the criticism for Jalen Hurts 5 years ago was his inability to complete passes vertically. I feel like I'm back in January. I feel like all of a sudden it's still January 2022, and people still have this beef with Jalen Hurts. All of a sudden, Jalen Hurts, he's been putting in the work, and he continues to hear this noise. He puts his earmuffs on in Philadelphia, and he's like, I want none of this. The way that Jalen Hurts has been playing and the way he has put the Eagles, barring last week, into position to win, I think has been fantastic.
It has been fantastic, and I am fantastically in on Tua on this one by far. Look, you want expectations? I just pulled up the preseason MVP odds. It's Josh Allen, it's Mahomes, it's Herbert, Brady, Rodgers, Russell Wilson.
Does Tua even make the list?
He's not on the list, Peter.
How about 50 people? He's not on the list?
He's not on the list. I'm seeing Kyler Murray on here, Russell Wilson. He's not. No one would even put him on the list, and he might win this thing. Like, these guys have been great and good stories and expectations. He and Mahomes have been the best players in the entire NFL by far. It's like he's been insane. I saw this numerical comparison with him and Kurt Warner on the '99 Rams. Like,
really? Like,
it was something about, like, no one has done this, this, and this since Kurt Warner in '99. Yeah. Now, the stats are so deep these days.
That's the highest praise.
Yeah.
It's like Kurt Warner, that was the best season we've ever seen. And it's like someone had just said, well, if you look at the QBR and the passing, blah, 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 you know, we get deep in the weeds. But it was Tua and Kurt, and it's like, I don't know what the MVP odds were on Tua. It was like plus 10,000 or something, but like if you threw down on it, like, congratulations. I love Jalen Hurts. He's been great. Jalen Hurts started a playoff game last year. Like, we saw him play a little more. Like, I even remember chatter about, like, is Tua even the best quarterback on the Dolphins? Like, Teddy Bridgewater's pretty good at football. So, like, he is the best quarterback on the Dolphins. He's been one of the 5, 3, 2, 1 best players in football.
I'm with you, Kyle. And the difference with the Geno thing and with Jalen Hurts, like, no one had anything negative to say about those two. Like, no one would come in and be like, I don't think Jalen Hurts is good. Like, he went to the playoffs last year. Geno Smith, and no one was like, I think Geno Smith's a scrub. Always had an NFL career. People were actively anti-Tua.
Yeah, he sucks.
He sucks.
Yeah, get rid of him now.
That's what people would say about Tua.
Yes.
And now, not only does he not suck, he might be the best quarterback in football. To me, like, the delta between where people were at as a collective to where he is now, like, I think there was a pretty good consensus around the league that the Dolphins were going to have to move on from Tua, and yet Mike McDaniel was the one guy when he got the job was like, no, I'm going to build around him, and I've made every single quarterback that I've worked with better. I think it's one of the great stories in football, and if I ever have to wear egg on my face, it's that I was skeptical going in that this thing was going to be as good, and it was with Tyreek as well. I'm like, he's going to regret leaving.
Yeah.
It's been tenfold.
I'm still going Geno. I'm still going Geno.
Yeah, yes.
Nobody in this world thought Geno Smith. Maybe they weren't saying he sucked because it was just like, well, we don't need to say it. Like, we don't need to even have a conversation about Geno.
We can't start a season with Geno.
We can't do it.
You got to trade for somebody.
Exactly. We all were saying it. Like, right. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's going to be in Seattle. They need a quarterback.
Yeah, we were.
Geno is ahead of them in the division.
I know.
But I love Tua. So
3 good choices. If you've got others at home, tweet us, let us know. Daniel Jones fans, we are here for that as well.
You're right.
The NFL was in Germany, and I think I speak on behalf of the 4 of us. It was a smashing success.
Yes.
It really was.
It was unbelievable. One thing that broke out during the game, though, was this. Guys, that's the wave, all right?
Yeah.
There was footage throughout the game. Jamie, you were there on the Seahawks sideline, and the wave was going on for quarters at a time. And I think we as a cynical culture here in America have dismissed the wave. We have moved beyond the wave. We look at the wave as something that is a faux pas. The innocence and the purity of this game, seeing the wave everywhere was beautiful. That's my take. Here's the statement, though. It doesn't have to just be a Germany thing. It is time to bring the wave back to American sporting events. Jason, are we in or are we out?
Peter, the way you just described the wave was just beautiful. I love it, and I am all the way in. There's something wrong with you as a fan. If you're going to sit here at the table, Kyle and Jamie, I don't know what your answers are yet, but if you're going to sit here at the table and say you don't want the wave back, the energy, the passion, the collective effort of everybody in the stands to just nail it one after the other. Just the wave going.
Work together as a team.
Work together as a team.
Yeah.
The way you want your players on the field to do, you're doing it in the stands. The wave is a beautiful thing. Pure.
You want it back,
innocent.
right?
Oh, so when you describe children, bring the wave back. I'm all for it.
I love the commitment out of the crowd. Peter, you're right. It was nonstop. But that was the thing I appreciated most about the Germany crowd in Munich was that they didn't leave their seats. The game ended. Sarah Walsh and I left the field. It took us 18 minutes to get back to the hotel. Why? No traffic, no game traffic, no fourth quarter skeptics just leaving to get to their car so they could get home first to see the post-game show. No, the roads were empty because everyone was still in their seat. It's a very unique crowd there. So I don't think we're going to be able to bring the wave back to America. However, I have an idea.
Okay.
Have you seen the game where the in-arena guy is like playing Go Fish? Like he goes like this and everyone's like jumping around like a fish. And he has to catch one of these in your mouth. Like we need to find out something else. We need to come up with a different idea to have American buy-in to crowds. We were just like trying to do that. I want like a wave 2.0. I need something else because I don't think that you could bring that back, but I think I do need crowd participation to up their game in America.
Can I ask you that 18-minute drive back now? Why didn't they leave? Because my friends on both teams were like, we went back out on the field and there was basically a sing-along going on. Can you tell us about that?
I think they just wanted to extend the American NFL experience, honestly.
They stayed in their seats.
They stayed in their seats
hours after the match.
Continue to sing Journey. They just,
hours. They stayed. 76,000 were there hours after the game, still singing like Country Roads.
Yeah, Country Roads, Journey, Sweet Home Alabama, Sweet Caroline. It was all going down, and the sweets, and they were just. It was just a big karaoke fest, and they didn't leave. Here's the other thing too. My husband was in the crowd. They ran out of beer at halftime. That's how committed this crowd was. And they still say
that won't happen.
Yeah. Listen, I like the upgrade and everything, but like I also like the OG. I'm talking. I was at a Mets game a few months ago. And they started doing that wave, and I was there with my 6-year-old, and I'm trying to explain to her what that is, and I'm pointing it to it, and she can't see it, and she's looking, and then she just goes. And she saw this wave, and it was like she saw Harry Potter or something. It was like a dragon had landed, and then like it's coming to us, and I'm like, here it comes, and she's like, she's getting so nervous, and then she stood up, and it was like, she was the thrill of her life.
Hey, wait,
and then I'm like, and guess what? It's gonna come around again. See it.
I haven't done it in years.
All right, so Peter, you start it, Jason. It's coming back, Peter.
It's so exhilarating.
Keep going. Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, my gosh. The wave is not only is it back and never left. I love the wave. I love it. It's like vinyl.
It takes